Happy Tuesday. Thanks for joining me for a craft night with friends. My name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make cute embroidery kits for beginners. And I'm here every weeknight at 8:30 p.m. Central Time, and it's a time that we can just chill and relax and craft together. All right, you guys, we are continuing on our sunflower embroidery. This is our embroidery of the month. Last night we finished a few of these little petals. We were working on the stem stitch the whole time. And tonight we're going to work on the little blue birdie. So that is the plan. That'll be the back stitch. So all right, let's get going tonight. All right, everyone. And here is what the finished one is going to look like. So we'll be working on that little birdie tonight. So let's zoom me on in here. I'm going to try and get nice and close so you guys can see all the stitches well. All right. So I think that'll be good. All right, so I want to stitch our little bird tonight. There we go. And, I wanted to share it with you guys. We released another pattern today, kind of like a little matching pattern. It's our peony pattern. So we have the sunflower, and now we have the peony. And we wanted to release this specifically for Mother's Day with enough time to make it if you're going to give the finished. So that's my mom's favorite flower is the peony, and they come out really close to Mother's Day as well, at least in Wisconsin where my parents are. So, and they got his little friends with them there too. So I wanted to share that with you guys today. We just released that today, kind of doing a little flower friend deal together. So I just wanted to share that. I'm super excited for that one. Oh, Kathleen says, love the peony. Ooh, thanks so much. I'm just having a lot of fun drawing flowers lately. But yeah, my mom has a tattoo of a peony, and she has peonies growing in the yard, and they're actually some of my grandma's peonies that they replanted. And they're just so beautiful always. All right, I'm going to pull 3 strands here. So I don't know, we'll have to stitch that one live sometime too. Maybe we'll have to do another Saturday marathon one or something, because that one would be fun to stitch. I would actually like to turn that one into a cross stitch pattern too. We'll see. Okay, so I'm just separating my 3 strands. We are going to do the little bird tonight, and I have my instructions here. If I can pick it up, I can't pick up anything with my new nails. Isn't that crazy? There we go. I had to get my scissors for help. So, all right. So this is the back stitch. So last night we did the stem stitch, and tonight we'll be working on the back stitch for this little feller there. And then tomorrow we'll do all the single crochet, or single chain stitches, I mean. I've been crocheting lately with chain stitches, so I always end up saying single crochet, which is like an actual unit of measure in crochet. So I always get that messed up. But anyway, so we'll do that tomorrow. So tonight, let's get going on the little birdie. The bird looks like a hummingbird. It does a little. It definitely does. Hummingbirds will come out soon too. You guys, it was, I feel like the first nice day in a while. And by nice day, I mean freaking 48 degrees. Ugh. That's still so cold, but man, the air felt like it had potential for warmth. I still have full winter gear on, which is annoying. But what you gonna do? All right, I think since I have stitches already on here, I'm going to use those to weave in the backs instead of tying a knot, and I think I'll just start with the back of the bird here. That seems like a nice straight line way of doing it. So, all right, I'm going to weave into the back of these stem stitches that we did last night. So stem, I don't like starting with a knot just because the back of the embroidery can get super messy. I don't like the potential for like a knot, my thread like catching on a big knot and me not noticing it. So I like stitching with no knots by weaving it in instead, the start and the finish. There's nothing for my thread to catch on then. Oh gosh. And I always go back and forth 3 times. So that's 2, and then here's 3. And then we can start stitching. All right, let's give this a trim. I don't need all the little fuzzles at the end either. When you weave it in back and forth the 3 times, you can trim really close to the stitches so I don't have like any excess anything on the back here. Oh, you saw a hummingbird the other day? Oh, I can't wait. They're like far and few between. We used to live in California, and dang, there were just hummingbirds everywhere, and they would just come right up to you. It was always just so fun. All right, I'm going to start right here on this line and go upwards. For a back stitch, you actually start a stitch length away from your starting point. So I'm going to start, so if this is where I really want to start, and I'm going in this direction, I'm going to start a stitch upwards. So let's come up. There we go. I'm about like 1/8 of an inch or so from the start. And then we're going to go backwards along the line to where my start point is. And that's where we're going to go down. All right, our first stitch. Then for the second stitch, we come up like another stitch length away. Pull up through, and then to finish the back stitch, we are going to go into that exact same hole where we left off there. Hey Beth, it is a kit. This is our new Embroidery of the Month kit. So it comes with everything to get started, and the fabric is pre-printed. But here's the front of it. It comes in a cute little, it comes in like a gifty box like this, with instructions and everything in it. So it's perfect for like a sweet little gift, or just doing it yourself. All you need is a scissors, and any scissors will do. You don't need like a specialty scissors of any kind. Oh my gosh, I am like totally clumsy today. I just put that through the thread through my hand there. I don't know how that happened. All right, so I'm going to just keep doing the back stitch all the way up the line here. So I'm going a stitch further, coming up, and then I'm going backwards to where that last stitch meets. So we end up with like some really pretty cute like beaded little stitches. Not like literally beads, but I just feel like how the light hits it, it almost looks like a bunch of little like bugle beads next to each other. So I think that's just like super duper fun. But yeah, these also come in like PDF patterns too, so if you don't need like the hoop and floss and all the supplies, if you don't need all that in the needle, there's a PDF version available, and also a just fabric only, so just the fabric pre-printed. Ooh, I'm gonna sneeze, I think. Ugh. Ooh, Cheryl's tatting some edging. Been snowing here? Oh my gosh. Cheryl, it was like that here yesterday and the day before. I'm just so over it. Like I'm telling you, there was that one beautiful day, or those 2 beautiful days, like literally like a month and a half ago. And ever since then, I've been super cabin fevery. Like I just want the sun. Not even the sun. I mean, there was sun today, which made it like extra beautiful. But just, I want to be able to walk out without my full winter gear on and without getting like blown over by freezing cold wind. That is what I want. And I'll quit whining. I've been whining about that for weeks. Oh, Caitlin says happily crocheting along with you. Oh, fun. Trying to finish this blank up during the spring break. Oh, nice. Maybe I can do the sunflower tomorrow to catch up. Oh, I'm sure you'll be able to catch up. So I'm here, just so you guys know, I'm here just an hour in the evening every day, and we work on some sort of project. It's not always embroidery, but it is heavily embroidery. I have a little blankie that I'm crocheting as well, Caitlin, and I might have to pop on here sometime and work on that with you guys. I know we talked about crochet the other day, just like I think just I'm trying to hold my hand different. And oh, I was gonna look online to try and buy one of those ergonomic hand holding things. There's something I'm doing with my hands, like I'm twisting it too much. Like even just doing that, I can tell I'm have a little repetitive stress. I was crocheting a lot over the past I don't know, a few days, and my wrists are definitely a little achy. So I've been trying to just adjust my stitching a little, but I don't know if I'm being super successful with that. Maybe I just need a little bit of a break. That could be too. And we still have our punch needle. So we worked on that punch needle like for 5 hours on Saturday. That's actually probably why my wrists and arms and stuff are a little tired, because we punch needled for like 4 hours. We did it for 5 hours, but partially we were gluing the back of that. That probably didn't take an hour, so we were probably doing the actual punch needle for about 4.5 hours. But I want to finish that, so I need to line up all the little loops a little bit more, and then cut it out yet, and then glue the edges around. But I'd love to finish that. Oh, Anne says, I just finished knitting a little barn for the farm animals. Those are so cute. I saw them on the Penguinfish Crafters page, the little animals. And it's just so fun that they're knitted. Like, I haven't knit anything so sculptural like that before. They're just so freaking cute. Makes me want to knit some more again. We're just gonna do all the crafts all at once. Should just lay them all out on the table. Oh my gosh, you guys, I've been slow motion cleaning, like going through bins and stuff, and I discovered a few lonely craft projects that never got done, and I'm gonna have to show you guys those tomorrow. I don't think they're within reach, but there's some funny little projects. Some of them were intended to be a larger project, but I think I'm gonna keep them small. But I think there's a few I'm actually gonna finish, I think. One will turn into a zipper pouch, and I don't know. I'll have to show them to you tomorrow, so I'll grab all those. Maybe I'll do a TikTok on them. They're just kind of funny. But I didn't really put them away or finish them yet, but I did kind of emptied a basket that had random crafts in it, so I feel like I'm cleaning a little bit. Hey, Major Bookworm. So it was, oh gosh, I can't even explain them. One was a latch hook that I think I started like a couple of years ago just for fun, like a latch hook of a cat, and I kind of want to finish that. There's just something fun about latch hooking. I did it when I was little and just thought it was the coolest thing. It actually, maybe that has to do with my like recent urge to do a cross stitch, because I feel like latch hook is kind of similar in that like you have to look at the different colors as they come. Like you have that little color grid, and you're just filling in one little pixel one by one. I'm kind of feeling like that would be fun to do again, but maybe we'll just do it with cross stitch. But I'll have to show you this latch hook still. And then this really bizarre thing that I was crocheting that I think I was intending to be like a large bag, but at this point it's probably the size of a clutch, so I might just like make a zipper pouch out of it, turn it into a project bag. And then I have a crocheted doily that was another one of the ones that I like making that my grandma used to make all the time. But I can tell where I was trying to go with it, but where I was trying to go with it is like intense as far as changing colors and threads. So I think I might just stop it where it's at, and like instead of it being like a big doily for no reason, it might just be like a coaster or something. I might just stop it and be done. It's kind of fun where it is right now, so I might just like full stop it. Oh Oh, you got the Peony card for your sister. Oh, who had back surgery today. Oh my gosh. I hope she, oh, her surgery went well. Okay, that's good. Ugh, man. That's no fun. Hope she's has a quick recovery. John Boy is going to have knee surgery soon here. So I'll let you guys know how that goes, but I think like in a couple weeks, or maybe not even. Ugh. He's got a torn meniscus. Like a flap thing. I don't know. No fun. Alright. Oh, Caitlin says I want to actually do some knitting since I haven't in years and want to do some amigurumi. Yeah, oh gosh, that would be so fun. I haven't done that with, well, you know, maybe, I mean, I guess I did knit, this was a long time ago though. I knit like it started out as a stuffed animal bunny, but I turned it into a puppet by just like not stuffing it, I think. Just kind of like stopping it and not stuffing it and just stuffing the head. I think that's what I did. And I gifted it to a friend who was having a baby, who's probably a teenager now. Anyway, that may be the last thing I knit that was small and sculptural. I mean, we did that sheep pillow from Pearl Soho. But that, to me, is not the same thing as, like, amigurumi. Like, where you have the cute little animals. Like, itty-bitty. Like, where you're making, like, round shapes for heads and that sort of thing. Oh, Amy says, I just finished the gladiolas and the coral bells today. Yay! Just started the poppy. Oh, that's awesome. I'll have to start another set of those flowers soon. We have summer flowers and we have spring flowers, the first blooms collection. Actually, those are kind of all the ones that we're kind of talking would be really fun for cross stitch. I would love to do a large cross stitch, like, you know, something big like this, but that would take a zillion ages to do in cross stitch. So some of the cute smaller flowers, I think, is probably a first step for some cross stitch. Something that we can actually accomplish here in the evenings relatively quickly. Like theoretically, oh god, maybe it would take 2 weeks still. I always underestimate just how long cross stitch takes. It's kind of insane. It's absurd. Like, you have just this itty bitty thing that's like 2 inches big and it still takes like a week to do. Oh, Noeline says, poor John, I had the back of my knee scraped and ligaments fixed. Ugh, it's nearly all done with the keyhole surgery, so it heals quite fast. So yeah, so I think it's just like an in and out, you know, I think, you know, like he leaves right away and all that. But, you know, it's just, he still gets put under and stuff, so that's kind of scary. That freaks me out. But yeah, it's just, and it's one of those things that if it was any other tear, some people just don't get it fixed. But this one is actually like a flap that like flips up and then flips down every once in a while. And it's like, if once it flips, then he has a really hard time walking and, you know, and he wants to get running and all that sort of stuff again. So it's one that can keep getting damaged because it's moving around. It's not just like a little tear. Oh, Gretchen, he I'm sure, I wonder if he wants me talking about it, but I'm sure he doesn't care. He tore, I guess, some meniscus in his knee, and he's going to be getting surgery. Gosh, I don't think, not next week. Maybe next week already. Oh my gosh. I'll have to find out again. But yeah. It's like an in and out easy procedure, and he's supposed to heal like super fast from it and all that. But you know, still get put under. I don't like that. Is it a combo paper and cotton sheet? I forgot what we were talking about for that major. Is it a combo of paper and cotton sheet? I don't remember what we were saying, so I don't know what that's referring to. Sorry. I've been kind of rambly tonight. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm hoping he's fine. Just not fun. But yeah, he definitely wants to be up and moving around by summer, and I mean, it should be, once he gets it, he should be pretty good in a couple of weeks, I think, already, but I don't know, you never know. But yeah, he wants to be up and running and on all that in summer. You guys, this is still my first piece of thread. I've been just yammering and then stitching away, and I just realized now that I'm almost out of thread, but we stitched this whole thing with one thread. That feels like a lot to me. Yeah, we did just use one thread. Maybe I cut a really long piece or something today. I don't know. Or maybe it's just because we did that stem stitch all day yesterday, and the stem stitch kind of like sucks up the floss, like it uses a ton of floss. And then the back stitch is, this is just going super, super quickly and well. Jen's asking, do you have a preferred fabric to work with for embroidery? So I like just stitching on a muslin or a linen. This is just a unbleached cotton muslin. So, you can find that at Joann's. You can find it anywhere. It's, what people make all like their test garments out of. So it's relatively cheap as well. But I really like it because it's not as tightly woven typically as like, a nice quilting weight fabric or something. So it's a lot easier to pull the needle through. Embroidery is super duper annoying when it's difficult, like when you have to really yank the needle. And that's because, with the size of the needle and the size of the floss, that gets pretty bulky. So if you have a super duper duper tightly woven, this is my representation of a woven fabric. If it's super tightly woven, then it's can be difficult to pull the thread through. So I like a slightly looser weave, like this cotton muslin or linen works very well to pull the needle through as well. But a normal cotton fabric totally works as well. It just might be a hair more difficult to pull the needle through, especially if you're using like a lot of threads or something. But yeah, so this muslin's my favorite. Every once in a while I'll stitch onto linen. What is difficult to stitch on, which I know is popular, but it's difficult, is like a t-shirt or a sweatshirt. So those are both tightly knit. So knit is different than woven. It's just constructed differently. And knit like stretches and moves a lot. Even with a hoop, it just has more flex to it. And since it's so tightly stitched, even though it's knit, it can sometimes be weird and stretchy and difficult to put a needle through. So it's fun. It's awesome to like stitch on t-shirts and sweatshirts and all that. But there is a hair, like if you're having a hard time, just don't judge all of embroidery based on the difficultness of stitching through a t-shirt. But it's still completely doable. It's just not as easy as like a muslin, a woven fabric. And then also like canvas, like a hefty canvas like jeans or I guess jeans aren't really, quite a canvas, but like thick like a canvas, or so like jeans, a canvas, or like, shoes, like if you're stitching onto like, or a hat or Converse shoes, those are just really thick. So again, it's just the difficulty of pulling the thread through. Totally doable, but can just get tedious how difficult to pull the thread through. So the easiest, I think, is still like this like cotton muslin or linen, and then but sometimes just the fun of like having a cute hat or cute shoes stitched with or like embroidered kind of weighs out the like difficulty of pulling the thread through something difficult like that. it still kind of outweighs it sometimes because you have like your cute little hat when you're done. Some things that you can do, like if you can actually stitch it, if you wanted to stitch something onto a fabric like this, you could always do that and then just like tack it on or even glue it onto just anything, a hat or a t-shirt or anything else. So you'd almost be making a patch. That's sometimes what I do, just because it can be easier sometimes. Anywho, that was my rambly answer to your question there. So hopefully that answered it. Ooh, Jenna says she's working on her cross-stitch bookshelf, her temperature bookshelf. That's fun. I love that idea. But yeah, I'm still excited about the cross-stitch idea, so I definitely want to play around with that a little bit more yet. I was going to do that a little bit this weekend, but dang, you guys, that punch needle and freaking doing my nails kind of took up the weekend, really. Gretchen's asking, what's that? Are you talking about the temperature cross-stitch bookshelf? Jenna's working on a cross-stitch design that... Oh, Stitch and Tori says, I need more info on the cross-stitch temperature bookshelf. Jenna, who is it? Who's the design by again? It's by someone here, isn't it? But anyway, so it's... Jenna will hopefully answer, but it's basically a cute freaking bookshelf cross-stitch design with a bunch of little books, and sometimes they're angled, and sometimes they're on, sideways with knickknacks, and you can choose the knickknacks that go on the shelf too. So every day, there must be 365 books or something, which sounds like it's such a big cross-stitch. But every day she stitches one book, and it's like the spine of a book. And it's just like, I don't know, like 5 or like 10 stitches up and 10 stitches down or something, like a little itty bitty thing, spine of a book. So not much, just like an easy little thing. And then it's like whatever the average temperature is for the day, or whatever the high is, or whatever you decide you want to do it as. But then it's the temperature of the day. So it's one of those things where you set up a chart for yourself, like this is when it's like 50 degrees to 55 degrees, it's going to be this pretty blue, or so you have that all set up from the get-go, and then you stitch a few stitches. You stitch one book spine every day, and then you add a couple knickknacks per month too, and you can choose kind of like what happened that month for you and stuff. So it just sounds so cute. From Dr. Christie, the pattern is available on Etsy. Let me know if you have the Etsy name. But yeah, it's by Christie, who comes on our live sometimes. I don't know if she's here. She's not saying anything, so maybe not. But she's on pretty often. But Jenna's shown it to me. Jenna works with me, so she's shown it. She's shared her progress on it, and it's so freaking cute and darling and sweet. And all those temperature blankets and everything are out there, are popular. But just the idea of having it as a cross stitch is really fun. Oh, and actually, I think it was last year's cross stitch. I think she's doing what is it, like booze every day? Like it's still like a temperature cross stitch, but it's with like different drinks, something like that. I don't quite remember. But yeah, it sounds adorable. Like, and what I've seen of her stitching so far is just so cute. But yeah, I just love it. But yeah, I love the idea of that you can put like little knickknacks on the shelf too, and that those can represent things that happened during the month. Just a nice, it's a journal basically, to some extent. Just a sweet idea. We are totally gonna get this little birdie done. So we'll do his little beak next, and then we'll do his eye, which is a little French knot, and then we'll be done with the bird. So after that, like if we have time left, and I think we will, we got lots of time yet. Oh, Jenna says she has a bookshelf, a drink shelf, and Space Invaders. Ooh. Oh, Catherine says it's Christie's Corner Needle is the name on Etsy. So Christie's is Kristis Corner Needle. So if you do a search for that on Etsy, that is where the these like temperature cross stitches are. I'll have to check that out too. Fun. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look around. I've been slowly going through all my craft supplies. It's just like I have just bins. I moved all my craft stuff from one room to another like a couple of years ago, and when I did that, I threw them all in bins and stuff. So there's just bins of craft stuff that I have to like still organize, and I'm gradually getting through all that. But I know I have cross-stitch fabric. I feel it. Like, I know it's there. I can't see me having gotten rid of that or using it up for any reason. It might even be... No, I think it's white. It's still white. But I think I might even have a fun cross-stitch fabric that's like a different color. I might have to check. But anyway, I know it's in one of those bins somewhere. So, this weekend might have to be maybe I ramp up the going through the bin situation. The big thing is once I do that, I'll have like saved a bunch of space and opened up a bunch of space, which would be great, and thrown out like stuff that I don't need or donate stuff that I don't need. Slow motion recycling, that's the deal. Oh, Jenna says that she'll post the her bookshelf, her cross-stitch bookshelf in the Penguin and Fish Crafters group tomorrow. So join the Penguin and Fish Crafters group on Facebook if you haven't already, and then and Jenna will post tomorrow. It's so cute. She's also working on a very pretty quilt with embroidered snowmen and just like the prettiest quilt blocks around it. I'm giving up all Jenna's secret stashes of projects. All right, 2 more stitches of this blue. I think this is it for the blue. Oh yeah, it is. Man, so we hardly used any of that blue, so we can make a tassel or something out of the rest of this floss. I'm kind of tempted to start the sunflower text right away because, when we're done with the bird, because I have the beak, which is the same color as this sunflower text, so it might be just nice to kind of get that done, and then, we'll gradually get all the petals done and gradually get the seeds done. Oh, Lester says my mom used to do embroidery work like that and still have some pieces. Oh, that's so special. I love having pieces like that either my mom or my grandma or like great grandma even just did. Like, they're just so special. Like, they touched those and put hours into it, and that's just so neat. All right, weaving in those ends, and that is it for our blue. So this little scrap thread we'll have to put somewhere. Okay, let's do, oh, what color is the, oh yeah, I'm like, ooh, maybe that eye is, jeez, here we go. That eye is the color blue, but it's not, it's brown. So let's do, well, why don't we do that first, because then we'll already have the orange on our needle. So let's do brown, and it is the dark brown, which is our walnut color. So let's get that. I'm still using the little strawberry tray. These trays have, I love them. They're like little project trays, but they have this little cap on here, so it makes like a cute, the top of a strawberry. But I've been using it for the garbage on this project so far, and my table is so much cleaner than usual just by me tossing everything in there instead. It's like surprisingly so much cleaner around here, which just like that one little thing, it just is, I don't know, silly to me. All right, I'm like, I don't need this much thread, but we are going to use a whole pile of this later, so I'm going to cut my normal size piece still, which is, 18 to 24 inches. I've been kind of greedy lately, though. It's been closer to the 24 inches, which means a little more stress on my shoulder and a little more stress on the actual thread from going through the fabric a zillion times, but it's fine. Gretchen says, me too, so sentimental. Yeah, just having those pieces from parents and grandparents and stuff. All right, let's put these together. If any of you guys are wondering, because I know it can be confusing because I'm answering questions and you might not see who the heck I'm talking to. I'm also on YouTube and Facebook or I'm on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok all at the same time here. So I'm kind of answering questions from all those. But I try to, Okay, I guess this is my needle. I'm trying to read what people are saying before I do it. Okay, I'm a little scared now because I thought I had 3 needles sitting on my needle minder here, but there's only 2 now, so I'm hoping there actually were only 2. Okay, let's hope that I don't have a rogue needle floating around here now. Let's really hope that. Could have sworn I had 3. Yeah, I don't see one hiding anywhere though. Maybe I didn't see 3. I don't know. Okay, anyway, let's do this French knot. I think I'm gonna weave in the backs of the stitches here, and we'll just jump over and then jump back. So we'll see like a little bit of a line through the fabric there, but I don't think it'll be too bad. Yeah, going from the bottom. So I'm going to weave in my stitches here. I always go 3 times. 1, 2, and I'm just going back and forth, weaving through the backs of the stitches just to kind of lock my thread in place versus tying a knot. There we are. All right, so let's do that French knot. This is the only French knot in this whole piece. So French knot, I'm going to come up on one side of my dot. I don't want to go in the same hole coming up and down. I want them to be different holes nearby each other, just so I don't pull the knot to the back. And I'm going to hold my thread with my left hand if you're right-handed. Just do the opposite of this if you're left-handed, and we can go over that sometime. I've done a few left-handed knots. But yeah, so I'm just going to hold it, and I'm going to point my needle away from the fabric. So basically I'm pointing it towards my hands. So not towards the fabric, I'm going to point it away. We're going to wrap around twice, and I'm going to hold those loops with my finger. And now I'm going to point the needle to the fabric. So I can just swoop this stuff out of the way, point the needle towards the fabric, and I'm going to put the needle back on the other side of that dot, so just not in the exact same hole, just on the other side of the dot. I'm only going to go halfway with the needle, and then I can let go of those loops. I can pull my floss tight, so it's tight against the fabric and the needle. And now I like putting my thumb on there just to hold those loops in place. And now I'm going to just pull slowly through. And we should have ourselves a perfect little French knot. It's the only one for this whole piece. Alright, so I'm just going to weave in the floss again to finish it off. And that's it for the French knot. The only French knot. Yeah, I still have our fox from last week here, and we did a ton of little French knots. This would have been fun if we filled it in still, but I could still do kind of like the little speckles. He turned out cute. That was last week's embroidery. We're making that alphabet quilt. All right, I don't remember if this is 2 or 3 times. I think it was 3. Let's trim it. All right. Snip. Okay, we'll use this brown later because we do have a whole pile of these seeds to do. They're going to be the single chain stitch. I almost said single crochet again. Single chain stitch. But I think tonight, let's just keep going with the... we got like 20 minutes or so left yet. Tons of time. So let's do the beak so we can just finish this bird completely, because that'd be kind of fun. That'd make me feel like we got a lot done. So here's the California poppy color. And let's do the beak, and then I'm going to start on the sunflower text right away. And this is all backstitch as well. All right, so I'm going to get my 24 inches. Boop. Okay, and let's separate this into our 3 strands. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. Get those together. There we are. Okay, so let's weave in the backs of these stitches. Got just a few back stitches to finish up his little beak, and I love this orange. It's super duper bright. One, 2. I always have to count out loud, or otherwise I forget, like how I forgot with the brown how many times I did it. It's the 3rd time that kind of locks it in. That's why like if I pull right now, just going 2 times, I can probably pull out that thread, this orange thread. But if I go a 3rd time and I pull, it's just locked in. I can't, like, I'm not going to be able to yank that out. And I can always trim off the little excess if I want. That's getting a little picky by trimming off just that amount, but you can. It's I don't like when I pull those fuzzles to the front on accident, so I like having them trimmed. All right, where are we? Oh, we're on the kind of upper side. Sometimes I can't tell. When I flip it around, I get turned around and I think I'm on the other side. But we're up top here. So it looks like I can get these in 2 back stitches. There we are. And back up for 2 back stitches. Oh, Amy's saying, don't I want the words in front of the petals? So basically saying, why am I not stitching the petals first so I can do the words in the front. Maybe I should do it that way. So I actually have it kind of, if you look really close, I've kind of stopped the stitches before they've reached the petals. Or yeah, before it reaches the text. So there's like little bits of like a tiny bit of space in between some of it. So I kind of did it that way instead of having something that you have to stitch on top. So in this case, I can basically stitch the text first because all those sunflower lines stop right before it. So which is a little awkward because you finish your stitch and then you have to come up right away and do the next stitch. Especially with stem stitches, it's a little awkward. But then I figured, then you don't have to stitch over the text with the sunflower if you don't want to. So I think I'm just gonna keep going with that. Although I will have to start with like an away knot to finish that. But it'd be fun to have that text on there. Oh, look at these colors. They're so bright and pretty and friendly and fun together. I just really like it. There we are. Sweet. So instead of jumping all the way down here to start, gosh, I really probably could just jump down here though. Because our stitching here is going to be so dense that I probably can just jump that far. I think I'm going to do it. I rarely do that. Like normally, since this is such a big space, I would start fresh here. So I'd start with like a temporary knot that we tuck in later. I would start here and not have like that big jump because I don't want to see that from the front, like a big string of line there. But we have so many stitches here that I think we might be okay. So I am going to let's just go for it. Then I don't have to like weave in the ends and do all that. I can just start up on here. See, this line is what I'm talking about. You can kind of see that line stretch through, but I think that's just going to all but disappear when we have a zillion other stitches on top of it there, right? So this is what we're going for. That's the sample piece there. It's kind of cute with just the bird. I like that big blue bird by itself is fun. And I don't have to switch threads this way too, which is nice. So tomorrow we will start on all of these single chain stitches. So I can show you guys how to do that. And that'll take a while. I remember that taking me quite a bit of time. It won't take nearly as long as what all these petals are going to take, but at least we'll have gotten through like all the different stitches and all the different parts by tomorrow. And then after that, it'll just be a matter of putting in the time to finish like the petals and the seeds. So we'll be here through Friday again, Monday through Friday, 8:30 p.m. Central, for about an hour. So until 9:30ish. Or whenever I finish my thread. Sometimes we go a little over. So this I'm just doing all back stitch. I just think you can get just such precise stitches with back stitch. So for like these tight little circles and arcs and all that, I think just back stitch works so nice for that. Oh, is it your birthday, Luann? Happy birthday. Yep, Denise, we just got done with the bird like a minute ago. Oh, you did the bird too. Oh, and it's looking great. Oh, that's so nice. Happy it's turning out well. I think I gotta tilt this down just to, oh, geez, sorry. I think that's gonna be a bit better. There we are. And let's see, do I want to just jump straight to that U? I'm trying to map out the next path. I think I might just jump over there. Maybe I'll weave in the backs of these stitches instead of like jumping from here to here. I think I'll just weave in the backs and then jump just that far. See, now I'm getting picky again. Must be getting late. I get pickier and more like perfectionism hinders me more and more as I go throughout the evening. But here, this is what I mean. I'm just gonna kind of swoop down here and then swoop back up, so I'm not making as big of a leap, I guess. Like this. But again, this is going to be covered up by all those stitches, so I think we're fine. Alright, let's hop up. Start this U. I think we're going at a decent clip. This is oh, Denise posted hers to Instagram. I'll have to check that out. This design is one that may take a bit longer than the week. I think it took me 7 hours to finish the first one. I don't know if I timed that out all that well though either. That might have been pretty sporadic, my timing on that. And I did part of it in the car. I actually did all of the pedals while John was driving. I put on those googly glasses, those motion sickness, crazy looking glasses. I'll have to show you guys those again. And didn't get any motion sickness at all by embroidering in the front seat. And that's crazy. So I haven't tried reading for a period of time. Like if I can read like text messages or like read like looking down at my phone or looking down at like a book or something and not get motion sickness, then those glasses, you know, even if it's a placebo effect, are like a winner. So I'll have to, next time we drive, I'll have to test them out again and actually like read something. I used to read in the car all the time when I was little. Oh, Tawny says, oh my god, I need those. I've never heard of that. So smart. I might have to, like, they're nearby. I'm going to go grab them quick just because they're so cool. And by so cool, I mean, like, completely ridiculous. They're, like, completely ridiculous. Here they are. They got, if you just, like, Google or go on Amazon and Google, like, motion sickness glasses car, these will come up. But it has, like, gosh, I'm so zoomed in, but it has, like, googly things on the sides and two on the front. And so the theory is, so it has liquid in here. And the theory is that keeps shifting, you know, like if you're in a bumpy car or something, it keeps shifting, but your eyes can see that horizon. So the horizon of this, like if I'm not looking straight ahead, where you can actually see the horizon, like if I'm looking down, it mimics the eyes being able to look at a horizon and autocorrect itself. So that's kind of the deal. You're seeing a horizon line without looking ahead. So from the side, the front, and the other side, it's like silicone or something. So they just like stretch and are weird. They're you know, not the most comfortable thing, and you look crazy town. But I'm like, I'm gonna try these things out, and I was able to embroider for 4 hours straight, which is how long it took me to do the pedals. Didn't feel car sickness at all, which is not normal. I mean, I don't normally embroider in the car, but if I look down at my phone, like if John's like, oh, look up, how far it's going to be to wherever, like even looking down just to find like the map or like the radio or something on my phone, after those like 4 seconds of me looking at the phone, I can feel just like wooziness, like nausea sort of like hovering, So I didn't feel like that at all with those classes, but I'm gonna have to test it with like reading a book, because if I can like literally read a page in a book and feel totally fine, then I'm claiming that they work. But I was impressed that I was able to embroider that long. I mean, I'm looking down, so they're kind of like falling off and stuff. I need to get like a little strap for them or something. And you look crazy, but still. They're wacky, but I mean, I feel like the concept is there. Someone actually explained it on TikTok. I had seen them before, but then I saw a TikTok where some like engineer boyfriend or whatever was explaining it, and he explained it that it allows you to see the horizon because of that liquid in there, even if you're not like looking straight out at the horizon, and because your eyes can see that horizon line move, it tells your brain, and then your brain knows how to like autocorrect it, and it doesn't get motion sickness because you can see that horizon. So that was a good enough reasoning. Whether that's true or not, I like it, and it makes sense, I think. But anyway, so I encourage you to give it a try if you get one, and get them and report back. Oh. I usually end up driving, so that's why I haven't tested it more than that once. But next time I'll have to be a passenger for a little and give it a go. Because that was the awesomest thing, like, on long road trips when you were a kid, like, I could just read my book or whatever, and man, I just can't do that anymore, which stinks. Thanks, Major Bookworm. Oh, wouldn't you write sunflower after you did the yellow leaves? That's super smart, Robin. We were just talking about that. In this design, I did actually leave, like, I kind of stopped the stitches and I started them again. You can kind of see, like, on this E, like, I didn't go through that E. The petal, like, stops and starts, and it stops and starts before every little part of the word. So in the original, I kind of did it that way. It appears like it's going behind the text, but it's really not. It's actually just starting and stopping. So you could do it either way. You could stitch all of the petals first if you want. That would you'd probably have the same look here. And then stitch on top, or you could do it the way that I'm doing it now. I just did it this way now because I already had the orange on the needle from doing the beak, so I'm like, I'm just gonna keep going with it. But you're right. I think it might actually be a little easier to do all the sunflowers first. But the design does have it like stop and then start up again. But you could just go right through that as if it didn't do that. Alright, and I think this is a scenario where we're just going to go till I run out of thread here. And, which will be a couple more minutes. And then again tomorrow we will, I won't finish the word tomorrow. I'm going to just jump right into the seeds so we can get that going. Show you how to do the single chain stitch. I literally almost said crochet, single crochet stitch. Single chain stitch, and we'll get going on those. And then after that, so Thursday and Friday will just be just getting in whatever spot we want to work on done. But we'll have gone through like each section, I guess. All right, I think we'll do a forward stitch for this last one. I think I can eke out a few more stitches. Let's go down here. Maybe just one more. We'll see. Yeah, I think another one after this. Oh, I can get a few more out of here. Let's keep going. Oh, I still got lots of thread. Maybe we can even get back all the way back up to that center of the F again. I don't know about that, but might get real close here. We do this 2 stitches. I'm totally just gonna do it. This last one I'll just do a forward stitch. So I can tuck it under here. Well, I wasn't thinking I'd be able to finish that whole part, so that's great. All right, let's weave in that end. It looks so pretty from the back. The back stitches almost look like stem stitches on the back, and stem stitches almost look like back stitches on the back. It's just kind of funny. They're like the reverse of each other. There we are. I'm like expecting that third needle that I don't think actually exists. I'm expecting it to like be magnetized to the scissors or something, but I think I really maybe only had 2 needles on there. I'm gonna hope that that's the case. But all right, so there's our progress for today. See, that bird, being able to finish that whole bird just makes it feel like we did a lot, right? Oh, this is kind of fun. It's like he's looking down at surf. He's going surfing. All right, so again, tomorrow we will work on these single chain stitches here. And I think after that, oh gosh, that might take more than the day. That's actually a whole pile of stitches. That might take a while. But man, I'm just kind of itching to start getting through these petals again. That'll be fun. Yeah, so that's that, and be sure to check out our peony as well. This is our new design that we just released today. Just because, for no reason, other than like Mother's Day is coming up, and this is my mom's favorite flower, and thought it'd be just like a fun thing for that. And then we have a matching like greeting card and stuff for it too for Mother's Day. But anyway, that's our peony, and it kind of goes together with the sunflower, like a big flower with a fun little friend with it. And this one has like three little fun friends. Couple ants in there. Well, all right, so there we are. So that is it for the evening. I will be back here at 8:30 p.m. Central Time tomorrow, and we will just see how far we can get done with this guy again. And so thanks again for joining, everyone, and I appreciate you coming here in the evenings and to hang out with me. This is great. Love it. I hope you all have a fabulous rest of your evening, and I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.